I'm Don Keating. Welcome to another episode of Brunswick Cable Access News. In this week's headlines, we take a look at the following stories. City eyes tennis court improvements for 2019. The Hickory Ridge roof replacement project hits a few snags. And the county residents pay the lowest proportion of income towards housing costs in Ohio. So join us right now for your Brunswick Cable Access News. City officials are considering a $75,000 upgrade to the city's tennis courts as part of the 2019 budget. According to Parks and Recreation Director John Pipesney, the city has a total of 7 tennis courts, 5 of which are located at Nura Park with 2 others at Boston Knoll Park, all of which are in subpar condition. Boston Knoll is especially bad, Pipesney said. All of the courts have cracks and are in need of repainting and recoating. Despite their condition, Pipesney said, the courts are used quite a bit by the community, especially Boston Knoll, even though the uneven pavement has become a safety issue. At Nura Park, the courts are used throughout the day between the spring and the fall as late as 10 p.m. According to preliminary estimates the city received, Pipesney said the cost of the upgrading for all 7 courts would be approximately $75,000. However, before approving the repairs, Council has requested the administration receive additional estimates for the work. Ideally, we would like to put this in the budget for next year so that we have time to complete the work by the end of spring, he told City Council. But sometimes the snow does not melt until late April, which is why we want to have the project ready to go. Depending on the weather, resurfacing and painting the courts would be a 3-day project, Pipesney said. Because the city shares the tennis courts at Nura Park with the Brunswick High School tennis team, city officials suggested the administration approach school administrators to see if funding for that portion of the project could be split between the 2 entities. Additional information is expected to be discussed in council committees in the coming weeks. The Brunswick Board of Education approved more than $76,000 in change orders to the elementary school roof replacement project this month, a move district officials say ultimately will allow the project to be completed on time and at or under budget. According to District Treasurer Mark Pepra, the $76,175 change order affects the scope of the nearly $800,000 roof replacement project at Hickory Ridge Elementary School, which is one of 4 elementary schools in the district receiving new roofs and windows as part of the bond issue voters approved last fall. We have contingencies with our roof repair, the estimates, and we are not going to be executing them, Pepra said, noting that the roof and window repair projects have been given an August 10th deadline by the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission. The roof and window upgrades, along with the construction of the new Brunswick Middle School, are being performed by part of the OFCC's Exceptional Needs Program. The state of Ohio is funding $17 million of the middle school building project, leaving about $38 million local share, which includes the cost of the window and roof upgrades. The local portion of the project is being funded through a 36-year, $2.3 mil bond school district voters approved in 2017. Sam Greedaw, the school district's director of business affairs, said July 16th that all roof and window replacements are at or near completion at the Hickory Ridge, Crestview, Kidder, and Applewood buildings. While the project at Hickory Ridge Elementary, like the work at the other 3 elementary schools, will be completed by the time classes resume Monday, the 20th of August, the project turned out to be more difficult than the district or the contractors first thought it would be, Greta said. The original plans for the project called for replacing shingles on the mansard-style roof, which is original to the building, which was constructed in the late 1970s. However, After the original roof was torn off, the condition of the materials underneath was more comprised than the roofing company had projected. Now that we are into the project, he explained, from what we can see visually, it wouldn't be a nice look. As an alternative, Greta said, the district instead has opted for a metal roof, which should also prolong the lifespan. Though the district initially considered delaying that portion of the project, the district realized that it was going to cost significantly more by taking off the roof a year later than performing the work while the rest of the project was being completed. Greta said the district was able to use the existing cleats, which was also a cost savings. The change to the metal roof from shingles resulted in the district receiving $33,909 credit for the shingles, Greta said, adding that the metal roof comes with a 20-year warranty. The good news is we shouldn't have too much of any of these roofs for the next years, long after most of us are gone, Greta said of the roof projects, adding that the feedback the district has received from the students, parents, and staff members on the completed window upgrades has been positive. Packing or buying? Like clockwork, this was once the question parents of school-aged children found themselves asking at roughly the same time every morning. Just as routinely, most children would then head to the fridge where the school cafeteria menu for the month was hanging and would help determine their answer. For decades and more often than not, students chose lunch money over the lunchbox. However, school district officials say that is no longer the case, and more students than ever are opting to bring their lunches from home. As the district has been watching profits steadily decline over the past decade, the school board voted unanimously June 25th to contract with the Ohio Schools Council over the next year in an effort to make the district's food service operations financially successful. As part of the board's July 16th meeting, members agreed to raise the district's lunch prices by 25 cents per meal, effective at the start of the 2018-19 school year. Accordingly, lunch prices will increase from $2.75 to $3 at the elementary schools, $3 to $3.25 at the middle schools, and $3.25 to $3.50 at the high school. While the increase will aid in bringing the district's food service budget back into the black, Sam Greta, the district's business manager, as part of the agreement, which runs from July 1, 2018 through June 30, 2019, the Ohio Schools Council has agreed to provide a maximum of 160 food management and related consulting services at a cost not to exceed $9,920. As part of the agreement, Greta said the consultant has agreed to review areas of menu development in the district and will observe how the program announces or operates once school students head back to school in August. Additionally, representatives of the Ohio Schools Council will participate in an in-service day being conducted for food service operations on Monday, August 20, and will analyze financial documents pertaining to the district's food service expenditures and receipts. They will definitely be looking at a variety of things, starting with the menu, to see what we can do to make buying lunch more attractive to students, Greta said. Changes are already in the works when it comes to increasing menu quality, Greta said. The district has made the shift to using boar's head meats this year and is considering switches and brands when it comes to other products as well. It's definitely more expensive, but the quality is more appealing to both students and their parents, Greta said. What is on their plates now meets the requirements of the school food service programs, but we want to take that a step higher. Greta said the district has been meeting with other school districts in recent months to determine what makes other programs more successful. We're not only looking at what they serve, but at what we can change in our menu to make the students more interested in buying, he said. Ultimately, the goal is to make positive changes to the program that will boost profits before the district has to consider cuts to the food service program, which could involve staffing changes. Our goal is to not have to get that far, Greta said. But the bottom line is we're in the hole, and the first thing we need to do is to look at what we're serving. City Council passed emergency legislation this week to complete more than $940,000 in various street reconstruction projects. Consulting city engineer Matt Jones said the city awarded the contract to A&J Cement Contractors after receiving 5 total bids for the project, which will include the complete removal of the concrete pavement and base on Beverly Hills Drive, Magnolia Drive from Pearl Road to just east of Judita Drive, and on Junior Parkway from Briarley Drive to Betty Lane. Also included in the scope of work, Jones said, is the replacement of catch basins and storm sewer cross pipes, the installation of pipe underneath, drive apron replacement, curb ramp replacement, sidewalk repairs, and the addition of sidewalk on portions of Beverly Hills and Magnolia Drives. On Junior Parkway, the project will include the vertical realignment and addition of a new storm sewer to correct an existing drainage issue. Jones said the bids come in underneath the engineer's estimate of $1.06 million. The projects are being partially funded through a $728,000 Ohio Public Works grant. City Council also passed emergency legislation July 23, authorizing the resurfacing of 3 city parking lots and 1 walking trail. According to Barnett, the parking lots at Nura Park, City Hall, the police department, and the walking trail at Nura Park are in poor condition, and they are in need of resurfacing. After receiving 7 bids, the city has agreed to award $245,476 contract to Chagrin Valley Paving. Not included in that cost are inspection costs that will be performed by QCI, the city's contracted quality control inspectors. Barnett said that QCI's purchase order for this work will be subject to the appropriate purchase order requirements, estimated to be $8,966. Approximately $166,000 of the project cost will come from the city's capital improvement fund, while another $77,000 will come from the Nura Park Fund. The remaining $44,000 will come from the North Park Fund for a total budgeted amount of $287,000. The work is set to be complete no later than November 10th. Cuyahoga County Executive Armand Budish and Director of the Cuyahoga County Department of the Sustainability, Mike Foley, issued the following statement after Governor Kasich's issuance of a July 11th executive order. The order requires state agencies to protect Lake Erie and its watersheds from the threat of algae blooms caused by runoff by agricultural fertilizer and manure. The order designates 8 watersheds as distressed, empowering state agencies to set rules for applying fertilizer and manure. Our lake is our most important physical asset, and it must be protected. I appreciate Governor Kasich's response to the threat of algae blooms in our lake, said Budish. 3 million people get their drinking water from Lake Erie's central basin. Protecting Lake Erie is a nonpartisan issue. It's very important to the economy and even more important to public health. 2019 marks the 50th anniversary of the Cuyahoga River catching fire, which led to the passage of the Clean Water Act and the creation of the EPA. It is very important that nothing undermine the progress we've made. As to the argument that Governor Kasich acted too quickly, Budish said, the General Assembly has been too slow and indecisive in working out solutions. I appreciate the governor stepping in and taking action. Foley cited scientific data suggesting that algae blooms are beginning earlier this year. Climate change has resulted in more intense storms which carry greater amounts of algae, producing chemicals like phosphorus in our lakes and rivers, Foley said. Both the U.S. and Canada agreed in 2016 to reduce phosphorus runoff by 40%, and I thank the governor for this timely action. The fact that the Ohio Soil and Water Conservation Committee on Thursday agreed to further study the issue before putting any of Governor Kasich's order into practice is unacceptable. Delaying action further exasperates our lake's problems. According to GAVOP.com, a real estate housing news and research service, recent data shows that homeowners who live in Medina County allocated 22.9% of their income towards housing costs in 2016. This ranks Medina County as having the smallest proportion of income spent on housing costs in Ohio. GAVOP used data collected by the U.S. Census Bureau to produce a study on homeowners' costs as a percentage of income. The study analyzed real estate trends at the county level across the United States and found that residents of Medina County have a median income of $72,618 and a median housing cost of $16,608 per year for those with a mortgage. The 22.9% of income spent on housing costs is the proportion of income allocated to homeowner expenses, including the sum of mortgage payments, real estate taxes, insurance, and utilities. The percentage of income paid towards home ownership costs is a number used to measure the level of debt one has to Try that paragraph again. The percentage of home income paid towards home ownership cost is a number used to measure the level of debt one has to real estate expenses. Most banks use a measurement called debt-income ratios when approving loans. In other words, it is a ratio of monthly debt payments divided by one's gross monthly income. This analysis uses median income, home value, and median home ownership costs with a mortgage to replicate a similar debt ratio on the county level. Medina County has a low median housing cost compared to Ohio's value of 27.8% and the national average value of 30.9%. Additionally, Medina County's relatively low allocation of income to housing costs is influenced by its low median housing cost of $16,608 and high median income of $72,618. In contrast, areas that have high housing costs are also the most likely to be impacted by macroeconomic strains on the economy, such as recessions or unemployment. This is because residents that pay a higher percentage of income on living expenses, like mortgages, have less money left over for other expenses, as well as less money to put back into the economy. And I'll be back right after this. And welcome back. Boy, we've had some rainfall in the past few days here in Northeast Ohio, which is good. We really needed it. The problem is, will we sustain that precipitation coming in waves? Well, that's kind of doubtful this time of the year. But hey, beautiful picture behind me here. This is the Prince's Ledges Park in Northeast Ohio, and it's actually here in Brunswick in our backyards. It's located at Pearl Road, and it's just north of Grafton Road. And get a chance, get out there and check it out. That's one of the locations here in Northeast Ohio. Beautiful area. And speaking of Northeast Ohio, let's take a look at our climatological data for the next week here in Northeast Ohio, the 8th to 14th of August. Your average highs are 81 to 80 degrees. They're starting to slip down there. We don't want to see that happen, but it does happen inevitably every year. And your average lows, 60 to 59. Yeah, dropping into the 50s for overnight lows on the average. Rainfall averages 0.79 inches. Now let's take a look at the expected outlook from the National Weather Service for the next week. Hey, check this out. Below normal temperatures are a possibility, 50% or greater in the western Great Lakes. Now that indicates a low pressure system aloft, and that also indicates a chance of normal or above normal precipitation. And of course, from the deep south all the way out here to the west coast, you're going to be above normal, as it has been for quite some time. Check out the precipitation forecast. Yeah, there you go, from the Texas Big Bend area up to the deep south, the Ohio Valley, and up into New England. There's a slight chance of above normal precipitation, but we're hopeful that it will come to pass, that we get average precip, That would be nice because we certainly need it. And a big bullseye out here in the Plain States, below normal precipitation is in the forecast. So we'll have to wait and see what Mother Nature deals up for us. We're going to take what we can get. Don't forget, the later we get into the season, summer in particular, the better chances of precipitation are. And I'll be back right after this with your community bulletin board. Hey, it's time to grab your favorite amphibian, put no names on that please, and head to the Valley City for the 57th Annual Frog Jump on Sunday, August 19th. The purpose of the Frog Jump Festival is to have a thoroughly enjoyable family fun day for the community and for our Valley City visitors. Our measure of success is in seeking kids, parents, and grandparents all leave happily at the end of the day, satisfied with full tummies and glad to have attended this year. Some are lucky enough to be carrying one or more trophies. It is also the major fundraising event of the year for the Valley City Community Group. These funds are then used to benefit scholarships and the community. Festivities kick off at 8 a.m. with the Frog Jump sandwiches and the Minute Mart tent. That's at the Minute Mart tent. Then you can start registering for your frog jumps at 10 a.m. by tracking over to Coppertop Golf Course registration tent. Better get there early because when all the spots are taken, the registration closes. By the way, if you don't have a bullfrog or of your very own, they do have some you can borrow. Just make sure you return them. For more information and a complete schedule of events, go to the Valley City website listed below and click on the Frog Jump link. Get ready for the last Rex Summer Concert for the summer. Sunday, August 19th. Provides us with the new Barleycorn from 6 to 8 p.m. This is a free event and it's part of the summer concert series, and it will be performed on the Rec Center's outdoor stage, and it will be indoors if it's raining. The new Barleycorn is comprised of John Delaney and Alec DeGabriel, two Irish-born musicians comprised that they have been playing in the Cleveland area for the past 20 years. John plays 5-string and tenor banjos, mandolin, guitar, whistle, and bodhran. Alec plays the guitar and bass. They are known for their blend of contemporary funk and traditional British and Celtic songs. Come out and enjoy some great music, and remember to bring lawn chairs or a blanket to sit on if you want to be really comfortable. As Medina continues its bicentennial celebration on Saturday, the 18th of August from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Medina Library Community Rooms A and B, there will be a presentation on the history of transportation in Medina, including early pioneer travel, the development of roadways, the advent of the railroad, and completion of I-71 and Freedom Field. Also included will be a review of Medina's connections to historic political figures. This informative presentation is provided by Roger Smalley and the Medina County Bicentennial Committee. This program is free, but registration is required as seating is limited. To register, go to the library's website listed below and click on the Events tab. For more information on this and other programs related to the 200th birthday of both the city and county of Medina, visit their website listed at medina200.com. Are you interested in the Civil War or wondered what it was like? Hale Farm and Village will give an up-close view on Saturday and Sunday, August 11th and 12th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can experience the largest annual Civil War reenactment in the state of Ohio. Relive one of the most significant events in our nation's history through a reenacted battle, speeches by President Lincoln, cavalry mounted drills, artillery demonstrations, camp chase fife and drum corps performances, and shopping on Sutler's Row alongside 1,000 Civil War soldiers and civilians. Shake hands with President Lincoln or shop for a hoop skirt. The fee is only $10. For adults, $5 for ages 3 to 12. Western Reserve Historical Society members and active military are free. Hale Farm and Village is located at 2686 Oak Hill Road in Bath, Ohio, 44210. Be there. For more information, call 330-666-3711 or visit halefarm.org. Do you want to complement your Hale Farm experience? Add a train ride to your adventure. The Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad offers the Hale Farm Explorer trip Wednesdays through Sundays. The train departs from the Rockside Station at 9 a.m. or the Akron North Side Station at 10:55 a.m. You'll board the train at the Rockside or Akron North Side Station, then a tram will meet you at the Indigo Lake Station, where you will travel to historic Hale Farm and Village. For details about the timing of the event, please view each ticket description. Information and ticket purchases may be made at the website listed below on your screen. On Saturday, August 25th, the Brunswick branch of the Medina County District Library is having a Friends of the Library book sale. This fundraiser, the second of 3 scheduled for the summer, offers gently used books, CDs, and DVDs, most priced at $1 or less. The proceeds of the sales allows the Friends of the Library to support library programs and community events, so stop at the Brunswick Library located at 3649 Center Road in Brunswick to see what gems you have been looking for while supporting great local programs. For information, contact Monica Heath at 330-722-6235 or email the address listed at the bottom of the screen, or you may visit them also at the address listed at the bottom of the screen. That's all the time we have for this week for Brunswick Cable Access News. Thanks for joining me, and I want to send out a special thanks to our partners at the Brunswick Post. I appreciate everything that they do for us for this program. Until the next time, I'm Don Keating.
The preceding program was made possible through the use of equipment and facilities of Brunswick Area Television.